cool.
So that means it's on. Are you gonna edit?
Yeah, I'll be edited. Whew. Okay. Whew.
Hey, babe.
What's up?
So what you want to talk about?
Boobies.
That's stupid.
Cut.
So stupid.
Boobies.
Huh? I told you
That's
I
for
didn't.
TikTok.
Okay.
All right, now the real one.
How do we know when 20 minutes is up?
The cameras are cut off.
You have it set up for 20 minutes?
I think it's 30, but
Okay.
all right. So start it again. Pookie.
Hey, babe.
What's up?
What you want to talk about?
I don't know. What you want to talk about?
What's our topic today?
Mm.
Where's our paper?
So welcome to the.
Where's our paper that tells us what we're
supposed to
talking
talk
about?
Oh my god!
You wrote it down.
I did.
Where is it?
I don't know. I don't know where you.
Do you know what topic we're talking about today? I came
Yes.
prepared. I have a notebook.
With nothing on it.
Not yet.
With nothing on
I'm
it.
taking notes.
Oh. All right. So welcome to the So What You Want to Talk About podcast. I am Nate Johnson, the FitFutureMD, and this is the lovely best-selling author Meredith Dillon, London and the Googly Goo. We're so proud of her.
Hi, guys.
Yay in the background, yay! So we're your hosts for So What You Want to Talk About.
Our newest and latest, best hit, probably, hopefully. Follow us, like, comment, subscribe, share. I mean, you know.
So, all right. So basically, guys, we do this every day, right? So we sit around and we talk about ideas and business and all kinds of stuff.
Normally, it's in a more comfortable environment. Like, I'm on the couch with no bra.
Yeah, we had to dress you up, baby.
You know,
Put
I'm a
your
little out of
booties
my
somewhere.
comfort zone right
Put your
now.
booties away.
I'm a little out of my comfort zone right now because I actually had to wear clothes and get dressed. So, but yeah. Anyways, we're using our nice kitchen table sponsored by my grandma. Shout out, grandma.
I don't think they can even see the kitchen table in there.
They can't, but it's
I'm leaning
a
on it.
lovely kitchen table. It's holding up all this weight. So anyways, sorry, continue. You said you were...
So what you want to talk
We
about?
were talking about... We started this because we were already talking.
Yeah, so we basically do this every day. We basically, talk for hours. We've been doing this for 11 years now in March. So basically we're just going to try to do it on camera and try to get it as authentic as we can and, be ourselves, and hopefully we won't have to cut a lot of stuff out, so I don't know why that went off because I definitely put it on silent.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Nothing's more annoying than a phone going off in the middle of a shoot. But anyway.
It's just distracting.
So.
But that's life. Life is full of distractions.
Yeah, no doubt.
Which is, many of the reasons why people don't achieve their goals.
Right.
Isn't that one of our topics?
I don't know.
Are we talking about goals today?
Yeah, we can. You want to talk about goals?
Yeah, I guess.
What's your goal?
What's your goal?
To be rich as...
I asked you to not curse like that in these.
Damn.
What is your goal?
All right. So, big goals for big life. I don't know.
Well, let's talk about...
So that's the number one problem, right, guys? People are going through life and they don't even have a goal. Don't even know what their goals are. You haven't ever sit down and thought about, hey, what can I contribute to society, to make a difference in this world. So, I think that's like the number one thing, right? Is try to define your goal.
And your purpose?
Your purpose, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So what's the most common answer, do you think?
Of what?
So like if somebody said what their goal would be, what do you think the most common answer is?
Probably to be rich. I feel like that's the most common goal, and I feel like that's a lot of the themes of the YouTube lifestyle channels and all that, is people teaching other people how to be rich or how to be self-sufficient and make their own money, and be able, but I don't think they're really talking about how you make money, like how it actually is going to better you, or like let you, if you make money and you have a lot of money, then you're able to do the things that you're supposed to do on this earth, like help people. I don't see that. I don't hear that a lot from the YouTube people. Like once, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like you have to like manifest that. Like, I want to be rich so I can help other people, and have a clear like plan on what you plan on doing when you have the money, so it's easier to manifest that to happen. That makes sense?
No, not really. Explain it again.
So, really?
Yeah.
So,
So let me. No,
so like, okay, so the main, you asked me what the main goal was that most people would say. And I said, the main goal I think people would want they're going to say is to be rich.
Right.
And that's what all the YouTube people are teaching. But they're not actually like telling you like you want to be rich so you can help people. Like, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of those goals, 90% of people are never going to achieve to be rich, because they have not manifested, like when they do become rich, what they're going to do to help their, you know, community, their world. So they can't see the end goal, and they can't see what they're going to do with the money. So it just doesn't happen. So you have to have a whole vision of how you're going to get rich, you know, if you are going to get rich, and what you're going to do with the money.
Can regular people get rich?
To help people. Look, I'm the one supposed to be asking the questions, and you're the one that's supposed to have these philosophical answers. So this role is reversed right now, and I am not down for that.
You're the star, baby. You're the star.
I'm not. No, I'm not.
You are the star.
No, I mean, regular people can try to be rich. I mean, that's the whole goal. I mean, the goal really to me, I don't want to be rich. I want to be able to live a comfortable lifestyle. I want to be able to live a comfortable lifestyle to help other people, and also feel secure and comfortable with my financial situation.
So you want to settle?
They don't want to settle. Moving right along. I would love to be interested. I'd be interested to see what the number one goal is that people have. Probably, I think number 2 goal is probably to lose weight.
Right.
Or be healthy. I think that's another common goal that at least we're trying to work on too. Getting healthy, eating better, and whatnot.
So what's today, babe?
I don't know.
It's day 1.
I don't even know what day it is. Monday,
today
March 1st?
Today was the first day of our summer cut.
Oh, yeah. First day summer cut, trying to get rid of this gut.
Yeah, we get rid of this gut, girl.
But I like beer sometimes, so I gotta work on that. Moderation. I'm working on moderation.
What beer brand you ripping?
I mean, I'll rep anyone that wants to pay me. So. Just saying. But
so no shout outs without payment.
Yeah, we're
no shout outs without payment.
Not big companies. If you're a small company, like in anything you do, we're also a small company. We've had our brand Ensorsale for years, 2 or 3 years.
It's the 3rd year. We just renewed it for the 3rd year.
Thank you for doing that, by the way.
Yeah. So what did we spend all day yesterday doing?
Yeah. Well, me watching you do our business taxes. But, but like if you're a small company, we'd love to collaborate or shout you out, or you shout us out, because we know how hard it is to work on something, and you know, and how long it takes for it to get
traction.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so that's why. Okay, back to like the original question. I think those are the top 2 goals.
To be healthy.
To be healthy, be rich, or have a monetary status, wealthy.
To be well off.
What's the third? What do you think the third would be?
Have a family.
You think so?
Mm-hmm. I would say so.
Whose goal is that?
Health, family is your goal.
Okay. Maybe 2022, but...
yeah, just push it back every year, right?
You've been pushing it back for 11 years, so... No, I think that too. I think I am a strong believer in feeling that I think that everyone is set on this earth. You can't walk this earth alone. Everybody has a partner. Everybody has a soulmate. Some people have multiple soulmates, and that's cool too. I mean, there's somebody.
I personally don't believe that. I think there's one.
There is somebody out there.
People might mess it up with their soulmate.
Maybe, or they might be dating people or marrying people. Or it might be the wrong
time, or they weren't ready for it.
But I do believe that we're not meant to do this journey alone. Some are lucky to find theirs early on in life, some later, but we all need each other. Mm-hmm. You know. Yeah. That doesn't necessarily mean like a family, but I feel like, you know, I don't know where I was going with that, but
life is boring without family drama, right?
Look, and that phone rings and it's Savannah. I'm just kidding. Cue family member call. No.
Call from the audience. Oh damn, we don't have audience. It's just us.
Not yet. But yeah, are we going to talk about like what you have to do to achieve that goal? Like what mindset? Like how do you I have a hard time with goals, so yeah. How do you plan your goals, set your goals, and make them happen?
Well, they've always talked about like a short-term goals. So you have goals for the day. You have goals for 6 months. You have goals for a year, 5 years, 10 years. Mm-hmm. Right? Okay. So your long-term goal, you put the most ridiculous thing up there that you can think of. Like, I'm going to own a jet. Or
why is that ridiculous?
Why is it ridiculous? Because it's like, from where you're at now, it's like 5 million times higher than where you're at now. Okay. So it's like a ridiculous thing. I'm going to own a jet that's $50 million.
Okay.
Or a yacht that's 100 million,
or just
a yacht with a helicopter that's like 300 million,
or just a long-term goal.
Yeah, it's just a not something. Goal.
Excuse me, that you're gonna achieve tomorrow,
right?
Because you have to work your way up to that. Okay, so in the morning, do you wake up and you write your goals down, or
no? I'm not.
What do you do?
I'm not an affirmation person. You know, I have a general goal of what I want to get done that day. But if I don't get it done, you know, you have to live life too. So you can move it on to the next day. Of course, you don't want to keep doing that. You don't want to procrastinate it forever. Right. But especially when you're coming up with content where you're creating something or you're designing something or you're writing, you know, those words just don't come, you know, easy. Those are habitual things. Like, you have to build those up in habits. Yeah. So that's what I've made getting up early every day my habit.
Mm-hmm. What time? I mean, it's early, like 3:30.
4:15.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's 4:15 now. When I was still in medical school, it was 3:30. I would wake up, and then I would be on the treadmill from 4 to 5, and I would study from 5:30 to when I went to work. You know, so that's like the short-term daily goals. You have like a task that you want to get done that day, and you try to get it done. You know, you don't want to continue to push it off. But I just posted a TikTok talking about, so you're working a daily job and you come up with this great idea in the middle of a shift. You know, what can you do, you know, to make sure you don't forget that goal, that thought, right? So what I do is I use what's called Google Docs. So then I can actually literally hit the hit the little speaker in my phone and actually talk my thought into Google Docs, and the Apple iPhone will translate it into Google Docs, and then it'll be there when I, my shift's over, at 3:30 or whatever. So
that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, it helps you come back to the idea, and even with that, sometimes your inspiration for that is gone. So you'll get back to the topic, and you'll be like, you won't even know
why you wrote it
down. But it does help. 90% of the time, you'll be able to come back to it and continue the thought process. Afterwards.
For sure.
Which is pretty cool. So that's something you can definitely take from this first podcast.
Mm-hmm. What? I'm sorry.
Caught her not paying attention again.
I was paying attention, but can you do like a short little recap?
All right, so if you're at work and you somehow get a thought about an idea or
the Google Doc app or
video.
I mean, you could write it down, send a text to a friend that you trust, or
so that's Meredith's go-to,
or significant other, because I trust him.
Just text me.
Yeah, or I text him, or if I have a really good idea, I'll text him and I'll be like, "Don't let me forget this later," and then whether or not we remember later or not, but we try to make that work. And also bounce ideas off of a really good friend of mine, Angelo, who's also really smart. And he'll tell me, 99% of the time my idea is not stupid. So, that's kind of what I do. I'm trying to get into the habit of writing things down, maybe like daily, but, baby steps, but,
So you're a published author.
Oh, we're skipping right to that, huh?
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, so I had that goal.
This is the first podcast.
Yes.
Why people should listen to you?
So I've had this goal probably my entire life. From the time my aunt gave me a how to be a writer journal kit. It basically was like a pre-done book where you would fill in, your story and then have your little pictures. And that just excited me so much that I was able to write down something, have something that I created in front of me that was entertaining, funny, just there, So years later, I, go home and I'm going through my stuff and I'm finding my old diaries, my old journals. And I'm telling you, I was wild. I'm wild now. I'm wild. I was wild at 5, 10, 12. I'm just the thoughts that were going through my mind, I actually wrote them down, and they were crazy. As crazy as they were in my head, they were as crazy on the paper.
I think the funniest one was you said, Lindsay better mind her beeswax.
My sister Lindsay is 15 months younger than me. So we always shared a room, and she'd be going through my stuff. So I said, mind your beeswax.
In your little journal.
In my little journal.
It's cute.
I'll have to show you, or have to put an image in there and show you.
How many boys were you trying to get with at that time?
I was 8, and I said, all these little boys need to figure out. No, I said, which little boy am I going to date this week? And I had little check marks next to them. It's a hot commodity, but anyways. Still
a hot commodity, babe.
Thank you. So anyways, I just had that goal and I just never thought I could achieve it. There were so many fears and obstacles in my mind, that I kind of moved away from writing when I went to high school. I did a creative writing class in high school. But I didn't think that I was going to ever make a career out of it. How many authors make it big, whatever. These are all the fears that were in my way. And I was like, oh, I'll be a nurse like my mom. My mom's a PTA. So I was like, maybe I'll be a nurse. Maybe I'll be in the medical field. That's where it seems like all these jobs are hiring. And that's the up and coming thing, healthcare. But I do not care about people like that.
No,
that is not
what it is. You cannot handle blood.
But I mean, I just
care
don't.
about people.
I do care about people, but I don't want to be paid to
care about
to
people.
white people and take care. Like that's just. I help people in a different way.
Mm-hmm. Your entertainment.
But anyways, so
So why were you so scared?
well, just the process scared me, and back then Amazon, like this book that I published is through Amazon. Back then Amazon didn't exist. Like you had to buy your books up front. You had to order in bulk. You had to be approved to be an author. People are mean. Like sometimes people like, I just didn't want the pressure. Like when I produced something that people would say they didn't like it or they would understand my thought process. And that is before social media. That's before, all this. So now social media has made it like 100 times worse, where people get ragged on all the time and get pushed to the limits. And I just didn't want to be, even this is kind of like a fear thing. Cause I try not to be a negative person. You're not a negative person. We're not going to hate on somebody publicly, like, because they're trying to achieve their goals. That's not what we do. Right. We want to uplift and support and help improve if they need to improve, or, just find something nice to say about what they're doing. Anyways, long story short, I was just scared. But Amazon's made it so easy that
it's a no-brainer, really. I
mean, once you learn the programs that your book needs to adapt to, you just upload it to Amazon, and trust me, it's a lot longer process. We'll definitely talk about that on another podcast, but those kind of fears, I don't know how to draw. So like, I never thought I would find an artist that could envision what I like am writing, like the words I wrote, but networking and I went to school with talented people.
You went to school with a lot of talented people
that I still keep in contact with, that I could literally ask to help me out with something, and they totally would. So I actually was very fortunate to link up with one of my best friends. His brother is a very talented artist and super talented, and I just let him run with my words, and he created it, and I was not fearful of that. Like when I gave him my words, I knew, like, I had faith that he was going to produce something amazing, and he did. Like he definitely delivered, and that's just another step, I guess, like of reassurance that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Right. Supposed to be writing words for people to read.
Right. So what's the number one thing you should get from this first episode is find your purpose. Find your purpose,
yeah. Right. And don't run from it. I ran from it. I tried to go into healthcare. I left school to figure out what I wanted to do, and ended up coming back and being the communications major that I picked. And trying to learn my craft and trying to hone on it. But really, school was great and everything, but really for me, I just need to sit down, even if I didn't have school, if I had no training with any of the stuff that school maybe has taught me. I don't even know. I had to relearn it. It's been so long anyways. So it didn't even matter that I learned it already. It's been so long that I already forgot. But just having the time, taking the time to prioritize what's important to you. And that's what I had to do.
Right.
When I created the book. And also I had a very good support system. Yeah, and I mean, literally, I looked at him and I was like, I need you to read this book. I need to read this book to you, and I need you to be like completely unbiased. And I knew he's a very positive person, so I had to ask, one or two people. But I mean,
yeah, you did a great job on the book. I didn't have to do anything.
Thanks, babe. Anyway,
so if y'all want to pick up a copy of London and the Googly Goo, it's on Amazon. Check it out.
You'll probably see us in one of the London and the Googly Goo shirts on one of our podcasts.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We'll definitely talk about that. So this podcast is going to be us just talking, but we do have topics that we have already pre-planned.
Oh, for sure.
Of what we're going to talk about, but yeah.
I say this is just the first podcast
Of many.
in a little trial area. We'll probably try a few different locations as well. I'm thinking like
The couch.
downtown waterfront.
Oh.
You know.
Okay.
Get some epic views going. You know
I
what
was
I'm saying?
thinking the couch.
Light some candles down there. You know what I'm saying? What's up? Anyway.
People would think we were nuts if we
We are
walked around
nuts.
downtown and sat at those little benches with a candle in our hand.
we are nuts.
They would try to come give us food or money or something.
Yeah. But so yeah, this is the first podcast. Basically, you know, the first step in figuring out your goals, which is what the podcast is supposed to be about, figuring out your goals, is find your purpose. And that's the hard part as far as finding your goals. You can have, while you're waiting, if you don't know your purpose yet, while you're waiting, you can
Help other people find their goals.
maybe
And their
do something
purpose.
like that. But I'm thinking more of like trying to make things your habit. So
Oh, okay, yeah, that too.
so if you start looking into what other successful people are doing, you know, most people that are successful, they wake up early. So, you know, I try to wake up early. Meredith's not very good at that.
I like
likes her
staying
sleep.
up late.
Yeah,
so
she's
that might
the-
work for other people too. It just depends on.
Yeah, depends on you for sure.
It depends on you and your work schedule. Some people work, you know, overnight.
The biggest thing
So-
is to get rid of the distractions. So for me, waking up early while everybody else is asleep
Right.
takes away from distraction. So then I can just be alone with my thoughts. And then I can put those down on paper, or I can put them in my phone, or I can put them on a video. You know, so that's the best time for me. But like I said, getting your habits together is really what's most important when, you know, you're trying to figure out. If you haven't even figured out your purpose, at least you can figure out what your habits should be. And then once you hit your purpose, you've already got the habits established. So then all you have to do is put it towards whatever goal that's going to be. You know.
Yeah.
So my goal was to own a business, Ensorsale. So every morning, I mean, we didn't even have internet at the time, and I wanted to have a internet business.
Yeah, we did not have internet.
So literally, you know, we would be going to like a Harris Teeter, or I would go to the public library, you know, stuff like that, which is hard now with you know,
COVID, but
with the pandemic. But you know,
I mean, Wi-Fi's reach outside, so no excuses.
They do make
you can
Wi-Fi
go-
extenders too, so you can be sitting in your car getting
Right.
the Wi-Fi from the
You have a
library.
kid. If you have a kid and they got to drive up and with that drive up school or whatever, they actually have a
Drive
code.
up school.
So while you're like, so if you don't have internet at your home,
Yeah.
you can drive up to the school, park in the parking lot, use the school's internet. So your kid is using internet, you get to use internet.
Okay,
So I mean,
that's cool.
It is cool. I thought that was really cool.
Where's
that
that
they
at?
do
Here
that?
in Carteret County?
They have
All
it
right.
here. Yep.
Go Carteret County, I see you.
Right. So I mean, there's no excuse.
Yeah, oh yeah. This time, I mean, there's definitely no excuse. I mean, and public libraries will actually, like you said, if you don't even have a computer, public library will rent you a computer. You know, so
I did that.
you know, there's if you need a computer, there's no excuse not to have one in this day and age.
Or borrow one. And literally your phone can do everything too
Absolutely.
now.
Absolutely.
So, I mean,
So all those ideas for T-shirts and hats and cups and, you know, all those came, you know, with me waking up early. You know, none of that came, you know, randomly in the afternoon while I was cutting grass, you know, for $11 an hour at the street department. You know, so
because you were busy. Your
you were busy.
mind,
your mind
your
was
mind
not
was
there.
somewhere else. Your mind was on when am I going to be finished with this? When am I going to be able to take a break? When's this grass going to cut itself? When is a robot's going to do all this for us?
She thinks for me too.
You're welcome. I'm sorry that I'm putting all these crazy thoughts into your brain, but
You know, so you just make things
start
your
with
habit.
your habit.
Habits take 67 days, guys, to become part of your life. So take 67 days, make sure you do one thing at a time, add it to your life. So like for me right now, I'm waking up every morning and I'm getting on the treadmill. And even if I only get on the treadmill for 20 minutes, I'm making that part of my habit. I get up and I get on the treadmill because I hate a treadmill. I hate cardio. It's something that I just dislike.
Maybe when it gets warmer, though.
And it's definitely
we can walk outside.
It's the easiest thing to say. You know, I go to the gym, I lift my weights, and I say, "Oh, well, I'm not doing cardio today. I'm just walk out," or it's too packed in here. You know, especially now with the pandemic, it's too packed in here. I'm not going to stay for this, or
there's only three treadmills left
in the whole building
to use.
You know, so now I'm trying to make that my habit. So I'm on like day number 8.
Really?
Of 67. Yeah.
What? Nuh-uh.
Yeah, day number 8.
You do it on the weekend too?
Yeah.
I did not.
While you sleep.
I did not see you on Sunday on that treadmill.
I was. So anyway, that's the day. That's the day it started burning up. I was
oh, okay. I got you.
Anyway, so yeah, we got an old treadmill that can only go like 30 minutes, but I'm getting on the treadmill.
We're getting on it anyways. It's all good.
So, so you're just trying to build up your habits. So you start with one thing that you want to change about your life. You do it for 67 days, eventually it'll become part of your life. Mm-hmm. So that's what you want to do. You want to do that with healthy habits. You want to do, whatever goal you're trying to reach. You make things
make it a lifestyle.
You make it a part of your life, habitual in your life, and then when you finally find out what your purpose is, or your goal, or whatever you decide to do, that habit's already established, and you're just ready to take off. So that's basically the purpose of the first podcast, is to find your purpose. And we hope that
we'll definitely be talking about that more too.
Oh, for sure, yeah, all the time.
It's probably going to be incorporated into like each.
But we hope that
podcast. But
we hope that this, helped you. This is the What You Want to Talk About podcast.
So, what you want to talk about?
And I'm Nate Johnson. I'm the FitFutureMD.
I'm Meredith Dillon, the author of the Googly Goo, London and the Googly Goo.
Yeah, don't forget London, damn.
Look, don't even get me started on that girl. Nobody could ever forget about her. So
just like her Aunt Mimi.
So I'm Meredith, the author of London and the Googly Goo, and also owner of This Man.
And we're out. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, follow, comment, subscribe.
Tell a friend.
Share it with somebody.
Walk around the street, show people. Whatever you need to do to help us.
We definitely appreciate your support. Obviously, if you have any questions for us, you can email me or hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. And,
we'll make sure we put that on our channel.
We definitely will respond. We're definitely looking for topics for sure that y'all want to talk about, as far as business topics, how to do side hustles, stuff like that.
Even home ownership.
Home ownership.
We literally know everything. I feel like we
don't know everything. We're not experts.
We're not experts at everything, but we have knowledge, or can find the knowledge.
Yeah, absolutely.
To give and help out in any way that we can. So now we are signing off. We gotta go to the gym, and I gotta pee.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
We out. Peace.